What's up guys, Eirgor here again with more Last Epoch. Last time we unlocked the specialization that turned our Void Cleave into a well-rounded traversal skill, and we progressed enough in our passive tree to unlock Abyssal Echoes. Unfortunately, I forgot to get footage of specializing it, but this is the tree I've gone with so far. I'm looking forward to figuring out how well this synergizes with the Warpath proc, though the fact that it takes 5 seconds of channeling Warpath per proc feels a bit slow for most of the fights I'm getting in during the campaign. Hopefully it at least feels good on bosses and elites, otherwise we may have to pivot away from the proc-based build for the time being. If you guys have any suggestions for my build, or even how I structure these videos, please share them down in the comments, and while you're at it, I'd appreciate if you'd like the video and subscribe, that way you can be notified when the next part is up. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright, now let's see how it feels when we have Abyssal Echoes available to cast, as well as its procs from Warpath. We also want to see if proccing it from Warpath puts the actual spell on cooldown or not. Oh, that looked pretty cool. It does take a while for it to actually proc though, huh? I wasn't watching the cooldown to see if it actually went on cooldown or not. No, it doesn't. It does... What am I stuck on? I couldn't move for some reason. It does, cost the mana though. Which is about half my mana pool currently. It's actually not great that it takes... You have to spin for a total of 5 seconds for it to actually proc. So it'll be good for boss fights, but not great for anything else. And the thing is Abyssal Echoes is a AoE ability more so than a boss killing ability. Although the dot that it puts on the target is pretty powerful. So it might just be enough in that regard. But yeah, every time... By the time I'm spinning for 5 seconds and getting that proc, I'm already low enough mana that when it procs, it depletes my mana. So it might actually not be that worth it, to be honest. We'll see how it goes. We'll give it a try for a little bit, and if it's too much mana cost, then we'll drop that skill point. That's super weird too, is I can't move right now. And what happened is I was spinning and then the Abyssal Echo procced and removed my mana, and then when that happens, I can't move anymore. And I have to wait for my mana to come back so that I can use Warpath again to turn off the spinning animation. Yeah, I think I am gonna have to actually take off the Abyssal Echoes proc and just use it manually for now. Like, it's definitely powerful, but with my current mana pool, it's not worth doing, especially with that bug. If it didn't have that mana bug, then I might still use it. But with that movement bug, it's not worth it. So that completely negates the level I just got, but that's okay. Abyssal Decay definitely does do a lot of damage, though. That's for sure. In that regard, it's very much worth using that ability. I'll just have to use it manually, so that I can do it when it's not going to completely murder my mana. It's also a really cool looking ability too. I like abilities like that chain off of each other. In fact, I might try the skill specialization on Abyssal Echo that instead of applying a dot, it deals direct damage, because that might be really cool. Because then when you have really big packs, they just all nuke each other. I do like how they also reapply it when they die, it looks like. One thing I'm wondering about is how the Abyssal Echo proc works on this. You cast it after, so it's going to be where you land. I would assume that makes it have the mana cost. That'll probably actually work a bit better than trying to do it with the Warpath proc for now. Oh, that's why these things are spawning endlessly. Wow, that didn't do very much damage at all. Oh, it only does 20 damage. Huh. Yeah, that's not great. Not gonna lie. Alright, we're gonna switch that back then. So it seems like Abyssal Decay does have like an initial damage that it does when it's applied. Because it's like I cast Abyssal Echoes and everything around me gets hit by like 60 damage. But then the ticks of Abyssal Decay only do about 30. But it's only if there's things to chain off of. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just the first tick does 60 damage, because the number doesn't pop up immediately. Yeah, so the first tick does 60 damage for whatever reason. Oh, that's right. I forgot Abyssal Decay has that that effect where when you hit them, they take all of the Abyssal Decay damage immediately as well. That hit build might be pretty good too. There's a skill specialization for Abyssal Echoes that makes it so that instead of consuming all of the damage as soon as you hit, that makes it so that every time you hit, it deals a portion of the damage that Abyssal Decay would have done. I'm not sure how good it is though, because I don't know if it's still you can only do, like, say your Abyssal Decay does 100 damage. Normally if you hit immediately, you would just immediately do that 100 damage instead of it being over 6 seconds. What I'm wondering with the other version is does the buff stay up for 6 seconds and you hit for, I think the percentage is 30%. So say every time you hit during the duration, it hits 30 damage. But then once you exceed the 100 damage, does it go away or does it stay up? That's what I'm wondering. Necrotic spells, so that's like an acolyte set item. Haste on hit, attack speed, regen, and a thing for rogues. That's a pretty decent ring though. Percent chance to get haste on hit by itself is pretty damn good. Ooh, another legendary. And we've gotten a few today. I guess we're at the point in the campaign where they have an okay chance to drop now. Not very good for me, but that's a pretty versatile S piece for any elemental builds.
Down or die.
Ooh, lost time.
Sense your corruption.
Can sense my corruption, huh? I'm not corrupt. Except I'm literally a Void Knight, so I guess from their perspective, I probably am. It's okay, I wield the Void Knight. It doesn't wield me, I swear, it's fine. And that's another day of Last Epoch done. It was a bit disappointing to realize how cost prohibitive the mana cost from proccing Abyssal Echoes off of Warpath was, but manually casting the ability yourself feels pretty nice at least. It has a very satisfying animation with all of the little circles around each enemy chaining across the entire pack, and the debuff it puts on the target is very powerful too. Once we get to the late game and can get a decent mana pool going, I'll definitely spec back into the Warpath proc, and that will be pretty powerful I think. Hopefully soon we'll also get the next skill specialization slot unlocked so we can start investing in Erasing Strike too. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.